I'll be so real. I'm not even trying to give my man any type of clout off me right now, you know. I'll be so real. He has eaten off my backside since he started. If you bring my name up again, I'm going to have to get the lawyers involved in it. Sorry? I hope they see this. I tore them a new arsehole for SCR. Hey, how long have we got? Because I've been at a lot of teams.
How many clubs you got? More clubs than Tiger Woods or what? What's the most amount you've been on?
Oh, wow.
I'm curious.
That's some decorum, Rootz.
We need to talk about when man's been in front of me that I think are shit. Oh my God, Fat Jeff with grey hair was coming in, taking home a fat envelope and going home.
You got budget down there? You got budget down there?
We're back, people.
Yeah. Okay.
Got a special guest, Mike's from Footie Stories. How you doing, brother? Are you good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm all blessed, man. I'm all blessed. And we got Apple as always, man, trying to keep this guy out of trouble, man. How are you?
Don't do that. Listen, mate, I'm always a good guy. I'm a good guy, man. Because I'm blessed and highly favored. Today's not about me. It's about our prestigious guest, Mike's. How you doing, my brother?
I did not even hear that at all. But I'm going to guess that you said you're good.
I was like, I'm good, bro. How are you? All right, it seems like it misses a bit, innit? Maybe that's where it is. It just misses.
Maybe.
Whatever, we'll just go.
I'm guessing he's good. But anyway, right, Mike, we need to speak to you, man, because you are the man around town, especially around the non-league circuit, man. Like, talk to us, man, because you have a lot of stories, hence the reason why you come up with the popular platform Footie Stories. But before we dive into all that, talk us through your journey as a player. Give us a kind of snapshot journey of like you as a non-league player and a coach and a manager now, isn't it?
Yeah. So how did it start for me? I started off actually in chose for the school team when I think about it. Would you prefer the no swearing?
Nah, listen, talk your truth, man.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, but no, it kind of pissed me off in school, man. I didn't really get in the team. And I don't know if you don't know a player called Zavon Hines. Yeah, so he was in my school team, and bro, he was the guy in it in school, and he got picked up by West Ham like when we were 15 and that. And I remember thinking like, well, if it ain't happening now, then I'm not gonna be able to play. I didn't know about no semi-pro and nothing like back then or whatever. So I left school, and then I went Croydon Athletic. So I went for a trial there, done well. They were like, yeah, you're in. So I was like, all right, cool. And then for some reason, remember, I don't know nothing about non-league at this point. For some reason, I end up at Croydon FC. I'm like, well, this ain't the same team. Man. Like, it's in the same area, but it's not the same team. Like, what's going on there? Anyway, it turns out when I done the trial, they had a setup with Croydon FC or something. They were like, yeah, we got this player. And I didn't know anything in it. So I just went there. I got lucky because the main striker got injured just before pre-season. So bear in mind, I'm 17 at this time. I've never played like a first team game. I've just done like my first pre-season. And I got lucky in it. I got my first appearance. Like, it wasn't meant to happen straight away. Got played out of position, had a stinker. Stinker.
Blame on the manager, yeah? Always blame on the manager.
No, I'm gonna be real. Stinker. But the manager's a dick, but stinker. He was on me. You know the managers when you're on the wing, you're on the same wing as them, and they're just. I'm like, bro, man, I've never played before. Just let me play, bro. Like, please. But yeah, that was mad. But that was like the experience. I got a bug for it. I was like, I like this. Like, I like playing. It weren't that many people watching, but I liked playing in front of people that took it passionate and, oh my God, good. That was a good dribble, Mike. Like, do you know what I mean? I just like that kind of thing. So that's where I got the buzz from it. From there, I went to Bray. Hey, how long have we got? Because I've been at a lot of teams.
How many clubs you got? More clubs than Tiger Woods or what? What are you saying?
Do you know as I'm talking about this bit to you lot now, it's like I'm actually thinking in my head, like, right, where did I go from there? All right, cool, yeah, I went. Yeah. But it's like that's what adds to the story, don't it? And that's what gets me to Footie Stories, because without all of these moves and without my story starting like that, I wouldn't have all of these experiences. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that. So, all right, talk me through best and worst club then.
Best and worst clubs. All right, cool. Yeah, that makes it better. Do you know that's mad? I don't think I've been asked a lot of questions. I don't think I've been asked that, you know.
Nah.
That's mad. That would have been one of the first questions I'd come for someone like myself. But yeah, the best club, level-wise, I'll say level-wise and playing-wise, yeah? So level-wise is Braintree. I got a transfer to Braintree from SCR, which was step 5 at the time, and Braintree was step 2. So that was like a big thing. Like I hadn't seen it really happen at that time. And the only reason I couldn't, like, I got offered the contract, like, that's open knowledge, but I couldn't take it because I was working at the time and I had 2 young children at that time as well, had broken up with that my ex-partner, and obviously had to pay the child support and stuff. So I was like, look, guys, like, I'm not demanding extra money or nothing like that, but I'm willing to take 2 days off work, basically turn my job to part-time so I could be a part-time footballer as well. And obviously traveling from London to Essex, like deep Essex, Braintree, I didn't have a car or nothing. It was mad, but I was making it work in pre-season, played against like some top teams like Arsenal already. It was mad. It was the best experience of my life, but football-wise. But yeah, could they said, look, like, you're not proven in this league, which is respectable, innit? Like, as much as I was doing well in pre-season, I was scoring a few goals, I wasn't proven in the league. So as much as they was willing to give me a chance, they couldn't pay me the same money that they was paying my man that just dropped down from the Prem or whatever. So I couldn't accept it, and then I ended up going to Carshalton, which I signed there 3 times on separate occasions, and that definitely one of the 3
best. Times.
I've signed 3 separate occasions.
Yeah, 3 times, bro.
You know, my first ever time going there, I scored on my debut in, I want to say, the first minute. Yeah, it was that the first time I transferred from there. It was a big thing. I went from step 5 to Ryman. Back then it was Ryman. It was like, right, you don't get moves from there. It was a big thing or whatever. And then I went and, like, my first couple of touches, it was a dream. But they were the first club that I was at that had like a proper fan base. Like,
yeah.
ultras kind of thing, and
they had a little chant as well.
Yeah, they had a couple little chants for me, man. I'm going to pretend I don't remember them now. I remember.
you remember them.
I remember them, man. I remember them. When you score, they'll be at the back. Oh yeah, Michael Campbell. He's on number 9. Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, man. They were good guys. I like Carshalton, and they played some serious football as well. And I was there when they changed the ground from grass to Astro. So, like, again, that was I feel like I've been there for a lot of the first, when things happen first in non-league, if you get what I mean. Like, been there through the transition. Again, I think that adds to the story too. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everything's normal now, like what's happening. But back then, moves weren't normal from step 5 to step 3 to step 5 to like, it didn't happen. Step 6 to step 2, it didn't happen. All
right, tell us about the worst, man. Come on, man. Enough of the Disney tales, man. Tell us about the worst. I know you got a couple, you know.
What like, how deep are we going? What are we doing here? Like,
talk to us, man. Come on. Imagine this is like Footie stories on steroids, man. Just tell us, like,
Footie stories, anything happens, bro. All right, cool. So, all right then. You got to be a bit more specific. What worst experience? Like, you got, like, there's been some
worst experience, like, if someone drop you for like 5 games or 10 games, and someone just like not pay you, like.
Oh fuck yeah! All right, cool. So I was at this dickhead. All right. No, do you know what it is? Because I feel like people watch this, innit? And if I say certain things, it will. So you got to be smart. I got to still keep it professional. Okay. You know the ones there. So I was at a club. I had just signed or whatever. It was step 3.
What is the club rhyme with, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
Pains.
Oh. Pains. Okay.
So obviously they're like the club now is basically they're in shit now, isn't it? So
yeah.
That's what it is. But back then they were the club you wanted to be at in non-league, innit? Like, it was one of those. They had a good ground. They infamously paid well. You know, had a good fan base. All of that. Anyway, I got there. I got my move there from step 6. So it was actually step 6 to step 3. From Bedfont to Staines, yeah. So I was buzzing. I was like, yeah, I'm at Staines. Anyway, scoring my second game against Dulwich, who went on to win the league that year. And then a new gaffer comes in. Like, just comes in. But I'm not joking, yeah. You know, when the new gaffer comes in and he talks to like the team or whatever, you're like, yeah, you get me, this was, bro, he come in with about 20 players. Like, I'm not joking. And ballers as well, like people that you knew in non-league. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I just signed. What's going on here, innit? What's that? Because I've already got a reputation for moving about, right? But I know I can't. There's fuck all I can do about this. And if anyway, he walks in, he's like, "You're good," not to me, to some one player. Like, he was like, "You're good. I'll keep you. The rest of you, contact whatever clubs you want. I'll give you my blessing. Yeah, no, your contract, you're on a big one, mate. We're getting rid of that. I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my God, like I just agreed a deal like last week, and I'm thinking, oh my days, best deal I've had. He's like, yeah, no, we're cleaning up on any spare money kind of things, like gang, cool, whoever. I'm thinking, this club. So the club I was at, obviously it's step 6, but I was banging in goals. I was enjoying myself. Do you know what I mean? In theory, if I knew I was going to go ahead for 3 weeks, I'd have stayed there. Do you get what I mean? But
3 weeks.
Yeah, long story short, remember I said I signed for Carl Shorten 3 times. That was one of the reasons, because I was like, hey guys, I'm available. Like, what are we doing? I mean, so yeah, that's how that came about. But yeah, that manager, we had a convo, innit? Yeah, man, it didn't go. It was an awkward convo. But I thought, no, do you know why? Yeah, because this is where I feel like players, if you haven't, obviously, I got the reputation now because I played at the level now, innit? But I feel like when you hadn't played at the level and you tried to say something like, hold on, you guys just signed me free. No, shut up, little man. Like, this isn't your... And that's how, like, I feel like there was a proper hierarchy back then kind of thing. And I stepped in my place, I went down and done my thing wherever, and I got back there and I'd done my thing against them, whatever. But at the time, like, it was hard to take. Because shit, I just worked hard to get here, like, and then you literally 3 weeks in, boys, listen, I've just brought in my man from here, you're gonna have to go. It's like, raw. That's how cutthroat it can be. And from there, I feel like I turned into a bit of a bastard with it. And I said, all right, if that's how they're gonna treat us as players, I'm gonna get mine back. So I started doubling my money everywhere I went. Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I think it gets like that sometimes. And obviously you've made that transition now from being a player into coaching and being a part of that management staff. And I think maybe you start to look at things a little bit differently. I know I definitely did. It took me by surprise. Took me by surprise. I think what people tend to not realize is how unreliable players can be and how wishy-washy players can be. And then you start to understand why managers have their go-to people, because it's about trust.
Yeah, 100%.
If you understand culture and how quickly managers and coaches get sacked and get changed, when a manager comes in, he ain't got time to be testing the waters with certain people that he doesn't know. It's right. I need to hit the ground running. I know him. I know him. I know him. You, I don't know who you are. You can just come out. You're on that piece. Nope. Out you come. Yeah. So it's just like, I hear it. But as a player, when you're going through it, it's head loss.
I feel like the way I dealt with it as a player, I totally agree with you, by the way. Excuse me. And the way I dealt with it as a player was I said, all right, cool. I'm going to turn myself into that player that them gaffers call that they want to rely on. You know I score goals and you know I'm going to be there. So I'm going to turn myself into that player. And if that meant dropping down a level, that was something I didn't give a fuck about, because I felt I always had the confidence I was going to score wherever I was. I'm glad I had that confidence. Maybe I didn't score as many at all the clubs, but I always scored wherever I went. So I had that confidence. I felt like that helped me. But I definitely thought, let me turn it's going to happen, and it didn't change, and it still hasn't changed to this day. So turn yourself into that player that the managers call them, that they rely on. I know Mike's going to get me goals, and that's how I felt like I turned. I feel like that Staines experience turned me into that kind of player. Like, all right, I'm going to get my goals, but I'm going to don't piss me off, or don't piss me off. That sounds wrong. Don't disrespect me, or like in that way I'm off. Like, do you know what I mean? It can be frowned upon.
What would you say was your proudest moment as a player? Like,
do you know what? Yeah, the goals. It used to, like, I've always been obsessed with scoring goals. Like that's my. I will always look at stats. Like, I would look at how many goals I got per game. That was my thing. I also like numbers, but I feel like in non-league, a lot of players get lost in the sense of transferring, getting their bit of money and that. But silverware, like, how much silverware have you won? Do you know what I mean? And I can say I've been promoted. I've won leagues. And like, I've won step 6, I've won step 5, and I've won a cup at step 5. And I can't lie, the cup was probably the best one. I won it with SCR. Not a great level, it was like step 5, so it's not like I'm celebrating a level or nothing like that. But it was the fact of, one, for me, staying at a club long enough to continue the cup run to get to the cup final. That was a thing for me. And then also I scored 2 goals in the final and we won it like 3-0 or something. And it was like, raw, like I've actually played in a final and scored. Not even Thierry Henry's done that. He hasn't done it. He hasn't done it. But yeah, like I feel like silverware. Like I really think players should take that a bit more serious. If you're at a club and it's a lower level and you know I want to progress, like cool, and I hear that everyone needs to progress, but like when you get to the end of it, because football is a short career, whether it's semi-pro, whether it's pro, when you get to the end of it, what can you look back on and say that I actually completed? What did I actually do? Yes, I finished top scorer numerous times and all of that, but those aren't the trophies that's really remembered. Do you know what I mean? But when I still get added by SCR now and saying, oh, do you remember this cup final day? They're going to remember that. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like that's more important when it comes to that football.
Yeah, legacy. I think those kinds of things that we're talking about are kind of legacy things.
Yeah.
It's mad because do you know what? Even from that alone, like the way that you talk, I know that we come from the same era, and I can't believe that we've not played together. So I can only assume that
I've seen your face though. I've seen your face. Might have played.
I would only assume that you're probably either a couple of years younger than me, or you must be a couple of years older than me. But there's no way.
I'm 34.
Okay, cool. So you're a couple of years younger than me. Cool. So that kind of makes sense. But it's just like the way that you talk with so much more sense, which is typical of somebody that is born in the 80s or early 90s. Like,
right at the end of the 80s. I'm right at the end of 89.
I'm mid-80s, isn't it? So it's just like when I hear certain things, it resonates with me. It's like those kinds of things. And even like when I talk about playing, I see the little smile on your face comes on. I know that smile anywhere. Whenever I see that smile, I know exactly what that means. That's like memory.
Trust me.
It's like you can't beat that feeling of playing.
You can't beat that, man. Like you can't. I still look back, bro. Like I've got videos and stuff, and like people would still send me videos or at me and stuff, and it's like because I still got a bit in my leg. You can't beat it. You can't beat it.
You can't beat it. So, like for me, this is why I say to you, like, how do you pass on that message? Because now you're the other side of the touchline. How do you get up and now appreciate what you've been through and that experience, the winning, the losing, the scoring, the moves? How do you pass on that?
Do you know what? I be myself, and I think that's what resonates, and that's what players I feel like relate to. I haven't been as involved recently because I took some time out with the family, but when I've been there, the younger players definitely thingy towards me. And again, that's just from me being myself. I don't try and do the whole knowledge thing. Oh, I've done this, I've done. If you want to have a conversation, we can have one, but I'm not going to force it on you. But if I see something, whether it's good, whether it's bad, I'll say it. And I think I used to respect those people more as well as a player. I'm not the ones that are going to kiss my ass because they know I score goals and I played shit this game, but they're going to kiss my ass because they know. Like, tell me I played shit this game because you'll get the best reaction from me. Don't beat around the bush just because I come across like whatever. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like if I know what used to get me going as a player and the results it got from me. So I feel like the only way you can pass on knowledge is by doing what you know. Do you know what I mean? And if some players, like we know in football, aren't going to take to that and they're going to want to do it their own way because they know everything, right? No problem. Let's watch you know everything and see you in 10 minutes when I take you off.
Oh, hey. Ruthless, man. Welcome, ruthless.
What I take from that is what you've actually done is you've become the person that you would have wanted.
Like, 100%, bro. 100%. I've had some bad managers. We chat about that.
Hey, listen, I've got questions about that one, innit? Because listen, I've had a couple stinkers. I've definitely had a couple stinkers. One of them still managing now. Others not.
Well, you're not going to say names, bro. You're not going to say names.
You're not name dropping that. So
do you know what? Purely out of the fact that I still have to see these people. Okay. Do you know what? It's not even where like. Do you know what it is? Rather than me say it here, I'd sooner say it to him first, and then I'd come here and
I respect that
because that's the way that I'm not going to say it now and then go to him. I'd rather go to him and be like, "Hey, you're a dickhead and you're shit." By the way, and then I'll come out here and go, I saw my man and I told him, and this is what he said. Like,
yeah, I hear it.
Like that's just weird. But listen, I've been privileged to listen to some of the conversations that you guys have had on Footie Stories, and my head was spinning on some of the things that I've heard. But
hey man, that platform, some of the bro, even me, I'm like, yo.
But I guess really for me is, what is your favorite or most wild moment on Footie Story?
Bro, there was a time, yeah. Oh, there's so many, man. Obviously, everyone knows about that As guy coming in. That like we made a monster.
No, hold on. Talk to us about that. Talk to us about that. Because how did that come about? Like, that is just.
I'll be so real. I'm not even trying to give my man any type of clout off me right now. You know, I'll be so real. I'll be so real, bro. He has eaten off my backside since he started, and he'll probably put it on his page and be like, "Look, they're talking about me." Like, let me make it clear as a disclaimer: this is no respect or nothing towards my man. Let me make that clear. You get me? He's done his thing. Respect, but please, like, no association. Anyway, we was talking one night, right? And there was the topic of discussion was like non-league footballers that haven't made it pro, and then like the ones that are playing. People, basically, long story short, people in the non-league world would have understood the conversation that was happening. There was no disrespect to anyone at any levels. You know, I wanted to be a pro when I was younger, didn't make it, had a good career in semi-pro. You know what I mean? It is what it is. There's guys that was in there that have played top level compared to me. We're all one person in there. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, my man's come in and he's like, you know, if you haven't made it pro or whatever by whatever age, you're not good enough. Or some bullshit. Like, I can't remember. It was something mad. It was basically what he is, isn't it? He triggers people. But we didn't know him at that time. But he was trying to do the, you know what Twitter's like, right? When someone would say something like, this is blue, and someone under in the comments get nice green. You get what I mean? So it was that, right? And then obviously, you know how I am and how everyone on there is real. It's like, shut up, man. What the hell are you talking about, kind of thing, right? And then obviously, Footie Stories has like a fan base where they will search into people. They will find out stuff. So within 10 minutes, I'm getting DMs upon DMs like, yo, this guy, I don't know what the hell, he's played in all the shots reserves. He's never got a first team appearance. So like, I'm being told to read it out or whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. Hey, listen, you know, you've got a big opinion on what's going on in non-league. What have you done? Like, tell us about your career. Do you know what I mean? And then he was like, I've been at, I can't even remember where it was. So obviously people done their research. There was nothing there. Do you know what I mean? And then he was on the back burner at this point. So what he's done, he's come out and he's off the back of this. And I'm not joking. I think he had about 200 followers or something. He was like, there was nothing on his page. And off the back of that, he's done a space going at Footie Stories. And obviously because at that point we're trending, he's used that, got hit. Yeah. Bro, listen, no banter, fair fucking play for what he done. The way he took the platform off the back of it, bro, well done. But what have you done with it? Do you know what I mean? I feel like you could have done so much with that because fair play, he done a lot of it, but or got a lot from it, like clout wise, but didn't carry it. But yeah, that's literally how that happened. What? Nah. But anyway, the best story, or one of the best stories. I don't know if you heard that Big G one. He come in. He was. I can't remember if he was on loan or is at a club, but it was a guy in Kent or something like that. And the guy was like an ex-gangster.
No.
Do you remember it? I can't remember it properly, so I won't be able to explain it properly. But you asked him for the best moments. I remember that being one of the best stories because I was in stitches. It was, but long story short, it was about like the guy. I think the guy threatened. You know what? It's on YouTube. You know, I'll send you the link, or we can get out. We can put it on there. It's actually on YouTube. I didn't put many of them on YouTube to be fair, because I liked it to be like fresh. I liked people to come and not know what was going to happen, because that's what I like about Footie Stories. You never know where it's going to go. You don't know. Wayne Routledge could end up talking for the whole night. Like, you just don't know.
You just go left after 5 minutes. Yeah. Person will come on, say something silly. One of your man then will just lose his head, and it would go left quickly. But that's the factor of it. Like, it would just go left so fast. And I've got Rootz texting me going, "Yo," and I'm texting Rootz and I'm going,
and it's so mad, you know, because it's only like now that I know, like, after, I don't know how long we've been now, what, a year and a half, 2 years. It's only like, I'll only take in like now how many people actually listened, or like how much of the non-league world actually thingy. Because when we first done it, you know how it started, didn't it? It wasn't like, oh, I'm going to make Footy. Like, it was complete and a random space that I just made to talk to a couple of the guys. No one come in at first, and I was like, this is awkward. Like, what am I doing there? I went to the missus. I was like, babe, like, I think this is a bad idea. Like, I'm not doing it. She was like, no, do it. And then I got like a DM from Kiers at the time, who was doing with me at the beginning. He was like, no, do it, bro. Like, let's have a chat. And then he come in. I think 4 others come in. And then I didn't know how the spaces thing worked, innit? So I didn't realize that people were just coming in. And then when we clocked out to work it, there was like 600 people in. I was like, babe, like, there's 600 people listening. And at this point, that weren't, again, one of the first. Like, it weren't normal for loads of people to be on spaces like that.
No.
And then again, I think the same night, about half an hour later, there was 1,000. Then about half an hour later, 2,000. Declan Rice, Wayne Routledge, Danny Simpson. I'm good friends with Frank Nouble now. Bro, there's so many pros. Like, Lawrence Vigouroux just signed for Burnley. Like, I talk to him regularly. Like I've met such a good people through it. But what we've related about is like, you have Frank Nouble, he's played for Chelsea, West Ham, all of them teams or whatever. And then you'll have Danny from Fisher coming in saying a story, and he'd be like, yeah, all my days, that happened to me as well. And you got Danny from Fisher talking to Frank Nouble, and he's like, rah, like, I just had a conversation with Frank Nouble, and he actually had an experience that was like, he was going to take that. Do you know what I mean? He's going to hold on to that from Footy Stories. And that's the thing that I like from it. You get people saying, like, sometimes I just listen and I'll be in a bad mood and I'll be sitting in my bathroom in the bath just laughing. I'm like, I don't want to hear that you're in the bath, but I love that though. I love that. You know I mean, like, it's proper nice, man. It's proper. I must admit, it was,
I think I tuned in one night when you was just like getting at pure managers. Like, you was getting at managers, and it was actually in the chat as well. Like,
no, let's keep it real, because that's one thing that people like about it as well, right? Like, and that's what actually, in my opinion, helps my platform as well. That, yeah, as much as I moved about or whatever in non-league, I've got a stern reputation in the sense of, Mike's was a striker, he scored goals, but I was quite real and outspoken. So we had a problem. I'm not a bad man or nothing like that, but if we had a problem, I'd say I don't like that you just done that. And that has helped me in the sense of when I've come on Footy Stories and I've got this attitude in the sense of, no, I said that's how I was on that day. Like, no one could come in there and say Mike didn't do that. So that's what I can stand on. So when I'm calling man out, I know they can't come back and say nothing about me. So I ain't done you nothing. And do you know what I mean? So that's what I think helps. But you get a lot of these hosts and a lot of these podcast people that they start coming for people and doing it, but then they've got dirt on them and all. But I feel like one thing in non-league, I'm not saying outside of non-league, I'm not a bit of a shit, but like in non-league, I've got a good reputation. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like that definitely helps the platform.
There was one story I remember about a scout. He was just like basically just ripping off bare people.
So I outed him, innit? Again, that's what the platform can be used really well for as well. So can't remember his name. Do you know his name? Should put it on there. That we should if you should find him so we can out him again. But man, good man. Because he's gone he deleted his account, come off Twitter, disappeared. Yeah. But he was like, so what he was doing, a couple of people bring it, like when things like this come up in non-league, it always gets kind of brought to our attention, not because they think we can do anything, but like in the sense of, you know, I'm not one of them people that I'll retweet anything like that and say, how can you support this or whatever? But if it's something bad or whatever, I'll bring more attention to it if I can. And this guy's name kept coming up. Like, he charged me £30 for a conversation. He charged me £40 to send me to step 6. Something that I do. If someone calls me now and Mike, I've got a player, I'll send him somewhere if I know a manager. I'll just make a call. Look, and it's that simple. I don't ask for no money. Well, you shouldn't. It's non-league, right? Yeah. But anyway, I'm hearing it. And then it got to the point where I started to get a lot of messages, isn't it? So I contacted the guy. I thought, you know what? I'm not going to do the media thing where you just jump straight on Footy Stories and out the guy and all of that. I called him. I hollered straight directly at him. I was like, bro, like, I'm hearing a lot of things. Like, I don't know all of these players, but you know, I feel like it's a bit of a duty to kind of look out for them in that sense. Like, is it true? Then he's giving me this story. I'm not joking. Great talker. Because I'm like, okay, yeah, fair enough. In my head, I'm thinking, oh wait, whoa, hang on. But he was a proper good talker, innit? So I could see how he's manipulated these poor young ballers. Yeah, but anyway, he's like, you know. And then at the end, I was listening to him. Then at the end of the conversation, he's gone, yeah, you know. So you know, if you bring if you bring my name up again, I'm going to have to get the lawyers involved in it. Sorry?
Lawyers.
At that point, you'll fuck yourself because you've been robbing young kids, pal. Like, so what are we doing here? So that I was going to leave it because I had the convo with him. He apologized, like he was humbly apologizing, but then he tried to come with the bit of aggression at the end, but like the little threat. So I was like, cool, no problem. So I put it everywhere. I plastered it, and more pure people come in my DMs like, yo, he's done this to me. I've got evidence. I've got bank screenshots. Like he was taking money off all these kids or whatever. Obviously, I was waiting for the contact after that. He deleted everything, like disappeared. Apparently, he paid a few people back. Obviously, he hasn't robbed no more people since then. So you know what? Like, as much as I couldn't get everyone's money back, like it done the right thing, and that's what I suppose a platform should be used for as well, right?
Yeah, and of course, you're using it for positive, you're using it for good. Because I was going to bring up the other fact that you're using it to educate people as well. Like in terms of, I remember you talked about insurance and stuff like that. Like players should get insurance at sort of level. So I talk to people about that because some people kind of give it the negative connotations about, you're just atting people, but you're using your platform to educate people that are just getting into the game, right?
And far from it, because I feel like if anyone does follow me, they'll see I'm not someone that I've never begged for like support or at people to follow me and do this, and I'll never do that. If someone asks me, Mike, can you retweet this or whatever, I'll do it for them, kind of thing. I've never been a dick like that in that sense. But in regards to, I've lost the question.
No, it's just in regards to like educating.
Insurance. Yeah, so obviously when I was a player, I got injured a few times, and in non-league, respectfully, not everyone's on contracts. Like it's pay per play, innit? Pay per week. So I used to earn okay in non-league, but it got to the point where I was relying on it, but I got used to that bit of money on Saturdays. But if I was injured, I didn't get it. Point blank period. So if I was injured for 6 months, I didn't get paid for 6 months. And I didn't know. I wasn't educated. I didn't know that you could even have insurance. I didn't even know that was a thing. I thought semi-pro footballers, that's what we are. Like, we're not pro. We're not going to get looked after in that sense. I'm finding out that even pros have got this same insurance that we've got now, and there are millions. Why the hell are people that are broke or respectfully nowhere near the same money as them haven't got an insurance that is very affordable? You buy Starbucks or you buy a meal deal on the way to football, you can pay for your insurance for the month. And this same insurance, if you broke your leg, will pay your, so say you're working as an architect or something like that, you declare your wages, you prove it, I've just broke my leg playing football. Or not just semi-pro, like you could be playing on Sundays. If you're playing in a sport, a registered sport in the FA, you can still get a payout from it. Like, it's very important. Things like this, they're not going to go around telling everyone, so they don't want to pay everyone, do they? But at the end of the day, people are actually, I think the last one we set up, he's only paying like £7.50 a month. And he got injured, I think, within a month. And he's got, within 2 weeks, he got a payout for his injury. So I think it was like a leg break or something. And he's got his full, I think he was injured for 4 months, got the full wedge. And that literally was just off having that phone call 3 weeks before. If he didn't have the phone call, he went on contract. And that's the thing, like it's not bad for the clubs not contracting players, because at the end of the day, it's non-league, right? And players move about a lot. So you're going to be losing a lot of money as clubs. So it's not, this isn't a dig at clubs or whatever, but as players, we have to protect ourselves. You have to protect yourself, not a player as much anymore. So I feel like it's very important, like, for players to take that serious. And I think it helps hearing it from a player or someone that's involved in it. Because if you're hearing it from Johnny with his dog, you're gonna be like, all right, mate, like, do you know what I mean? But hearing it from someone I suppose has been through it, I think it helps. And a lot of people got the insurance, to be fair. And I weren't earning off that, to make it clear as well. It was just
but they probably should have put you on a little commission though. They
definitely. And then when I look back, I was like, raw. I was thinking, you've definitely bought a car of what I've just done. But you know what I mean? Fair play. Thanks for the pat on the back, bro.
Nah, fairs. What would you say is like the best piece of advice you got from a manager in the game?
Personally, or in regards to football?
Both.
So personally, it would have been from a manager I had called Anthony Millerick. He it's quite well documented. He was my best, in my opinion, my best manager. He changed me as a player, brought me confidence. Basically, I was at Cove FC off the back of playing at Step 6. I hadn't played Step 5 much prior to that. This is quite a long time ago. But he saw me play against me. He really liked me, right? And he brought me to his team. Bro, I couldn't I couldn't hit. I wouldn't have scored if the goal was 40 foot, bro. Like I just couldn't hit the target. I don't know what it was, but like he just kept, bro. I was the best player in the team. It was open knowledge, so he's paying me more than everyone in the team. They're all looking at me like, brother, you're paying this fucking. What's going on here? And he kept playing me. Like I think I'm 8 games into a goal drought now, and I'm like, Miller. I even went to him. I was like, Miller's, look, I feel like I'm getting a bit of daggers from the lads, and I think you need to take me out of the firing line right now. He's like, get your boots on, mate. You're playing. So I'm thinking, all right, cool. He's showing confidence in me, but I just haven't got the confidence in it. Anyway, a goal goes in. Like, I think it was off my nuts or something, like just ricocheted. And I think after that, I scored. And you can quote me on this. I scored 22 in about 18 or something dumb. It was crazy. And it was definitely because like I didn't realize at the time, so I was young, but I was a confidence player. I needed the manager to be like, you're my guy. And that was the first manager that was like, trust me, Michael, I've seen you playing when you've got no pressure. Just go back to that. I was like, how can I? Because every week the pressure's getting higher, bro. Like you can't tell me that. But then he brought in this coach called Mark Hurst, and he's actually a coach at Villarreal as well. Type in his name, bad boy coach. I've never spoke to someone with so much experience. Old looking white guy, doesn't run or nothing, but everything that comes out of his mouth is just knowledge.
On the money.
Yeah. So him being my manager, being as good as him, having a coach like that is the formula for results. And anyway, this manager, a quick background on him, he got promoted back to back 3 times in a row. That shows you the levels we're talking about here. Like Hartley Whitney, he went from step 5, they got promoted, couldn't go up because of their ground, won the league again, got promoted the first year in that league through the playoffs and went into step 3. It was just unreal. Like a little club, Hartley Whitney, and it was unreal from him, like with no budget as well. So he done proper good. But yeah, he also changed me as a striker in the sense of like he took more note in me as a player. So like I feel like at that level, he's like, okay, he scores goals, get him in. He runs in behind. But he actually was like, Mike, don't show them your speed straight away. Walk around sometimes. Like telling me little things where I think, bro, like I haven't thought about that before. I'm always told to just run after the ball like a fucking dog. Do you know what I mean? But he was like, you don't need to use all your pace. You don't need to do that. You're not big, but if you get in front of the play, you can hold it and draw fouls in. I took stuff that he told me then into my game years going forward, and that's what took me higher. But it started off from listening to a manager at step 5, and that's what a lot of these players don't understand. They think they're going to get more knowledge if they're higher a level. That coach could be there because he's my man's boy, and my man's boy is at step 2, and he brought him in. And you're listening to this coach thinking because he's at step 2, he's got more knowledge. No, listen, learn your trade, and take what you need to take from that, and then use that in your progression. Don't listen to everything. Like not every coach is going to speak gospel, but you got to take what you need for your game and elevate that to the next level. And I think that's where a lot of these young ones go wrong.
I think there's a common misconception between the level of a club and then the level of the management or coaching.
Oh,
that
100%.
Companies. There's always 100%. A misconception with that.
100%. All it takes is for me to know a chairman now, and I'm the gaffer at a conference prem club. 100%. I ain't got no qualifications. Do you know what I mean? So it's the coach, man. It's the coach. You got to do your research in these things.
Yeah. Unfortunately, when you're a coach or a manager, it is very much the who you know game as opposed to the what you know game. We see a lot of incompetent people in positions of power, and it can be very, very frustrating, more so when you're a player. But then when you do step over that touchline and it's time to become a coach, or you're looking at being a manager, that's when you I think it's very easy to become disillusioned with it all. And I think even me personally, I've been there, and I'm maybe still there a little bit myself. I kind of stopped caring about it so much now. But you look at certain people and you're going, what is happening? Like, what is actually happening? How is this? That's what you're telling me. That's above me, or that's above some of the other people. You're telling me that's
you want me to talk about when man's been in front of me that I think are shit. Oh my God, bro. Oh my
Talk to us, man. Talk to us.
Oh my God. I've been from some stuff.
You know when a man puts his head in his hands like that? That's trauma.
But you know what? The maddest thing is, I'm going to tell you about that. And the maddest thing is that I can say from being in management now, I get it. Do you get me? I get it. But as a 19, 20, 21-year-old speed demon, knew I got goals. I didn't get it. I didn't get why Fat Jeff with grey hair was coming in, walking around, taking home a fat envelope and going home. And I'm just getting on for the last 10. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? But then, like, I remember that this is the part where I was different, right? Because young players, which I respect it, and to a certain extent keep doing it. But a lot of young players, they would stay there and like take the violations, and I'll be like, fuck that. I'm going to a club that I know. I would always, every game that I played, in my opinion, was a trial, because when I score a hat trick against this manager, he could go anywhere. Do you get what I mean? And he remembered that guy that scored a hat trick against him. That's quite frankly how I got most of my moves, bro. Like when I remember I just said about Cove.
Yeah.
I absolutely, and they can see that. I hope they see this. I tore them a new arsehole for SCR, battered them. I scored a couple goals, ruined their team. Anyway, within 2 weeks, they put in a 7-day approach. This was my first 7-day approach. I didn't know about stuff like this back then, like transfers and stuff. I didn't know about it all. And even this knowledge or whatever has come up in footy stories. But yeah, like I was like, they was like, yeah, you got to transfer. You got a transfer request. I was like, what? We're semi-pro. What do you fucking transfer request?
What, is this football manager?
Yeah, like that's how I was. Like I was probably like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who is it? And he was like, something. I think they were called Mole Valley or something at the time. They weren't called something Common Rovers. I'm like, the fuck are they kind of thing? Like, and he was like, no, they've offered. They want to talk to you. I was like, oh, all right, then cool. He's like, no, you can't. No. He's the one who gave me my knowledge on the 7 days. He was like, we can give you permission to talk to them straight away. But if we didn't want to, then we wouldn't have to. So he was making it clear. But Miller's has always been a real guy. A lot of gaffers that I've played under, some of them didn't even tell me I was getting 7-day approaches. We can talk about that. But yeah, so they come in. He was like, I was like, okay. So I was like, can I speak to them, lad? What do they want to say? Because at this point as well, I said I was on the most money at Cove, but that was only respectfully like 50, 60 quid. It weren't a lot of money. Do you get what I mean? And then this club's come in. He offered me money up front. Yeah, he offered me so I'm like, I'm thinking, fuck, like, what? Yeah, but obviously I'm keeping it composed on the phone. Bear in mind, all my moves I've done myself as well. So this again was like a learning curve for me. I'm learning the trade here kind of thing. So he's like, yeah, we want to offer you this and we want to stay up this year. So if you score this amount of goals, there's this there. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, what have I been missing out on? Is that what all these men are doing? Do you know what I mean? I'm banging goals in as well at this point. So I'm thinking, all these guys, they've got bonuses and that. So I was like, I'm going to think about it. In my head, I was like, I'm gone, bro. There's no way I'm not getting that kind of thing. But it was that sparked it for me. Like, like, you're the product. They want you. They've approached you. Do you get what I mean? And I started to use that. And how much you want? I was honest at the beginning. I was like, oh, fucking honest. Further on in my career, man, I was doubling my money. I was doubling it every time. And I've been very open about that. Because at the end of the day, it was one of them ones where I knew that I'm a number to you, bro. And if I get injured, you're going to go and give my money to someone else. So I'm going to take as much as I can at the time, but also enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? It was one of them.
What's the most amount you've been on?
No, you
can ask.
I'm curious though. It's not taking numbers, isn't it?
Come on.
I don't mind.
Have some decorum, Rootz. What's going on?
I might not say the club. No, my decorum's going to be not saying the club, innit? That's my decorum.
Right. You see the number. But come on, man. The people watching this will want to know, innit? So people let us know in the comment section if I'm asking the right questions. Come on, man.
Cool. So 450 a week.
Ooh.
£50 goal bonus.
How much?
£50 goal bonus.
Jeez.
Goal bonus got important when I realized there was goal bonuses.
Mike,
yeah. Some managers didn't like doing the goal by goal, which I can respect. So I say, all right, cool. Let me get to 10 by Christmas. Let me get to 20 by whenever. Knowing I'll get to it. Do you get what I mean? So it's one of them. I'd always make sure you got you, man, because at the end of the day, they've approached you. You're the product. And if someone wants your product, they're going to do what they can to get it. So whether they've got the money, whether they've got, I had people, I'm not joking, someone offered me nappies, bro.
Yo.
They was like, yeah, we'll buy you nappies for a month. I swear on my mum's life. They said, oh, we'll buy you nappies for a month. Like they would, one of them offered to take my missus out. Like he was like, yeah, like we'll take you out. One of them took us to his bar, like gave us free food. No, he took me and my missus.
Oh,
like,
right.
Me and my missus to a bar, bought us food, gave us free drinks. Like, like there's it's mad. It's only semi-pro, but there's definitely like, you got to play the game as well. Like in my opinion, you got to play. I've had players now like approach me like, Mike, how should I do this? how should I approach this? How should I do that? And I would never tell them what to do. I just advise, isn't it? Oh, this is what I would do.
This is the conversations that people need to be having, because when it gets to money in regards to like, look, in non-league, you're essentially
awkward, isn't it?
You work for hire. It's the same with like me. If someone wants to hire me to film a game or film this, whatever, I put a price on it, whether they like it or not. Cool. Same with you now. You're in this game or was in this game playing the game. You need to put a number on it, and people need to know this, because again, players coming into the game like, oh, I don't know, is £100 sound enough to you? And you're probably thinking,
and managers will take advantage of that. They'll take advantage.
Exactly.
And that's what they'll do with young players, and that's what I feel like they will outright know they've just watched this baller, and they would pay someone, you know, a 28-year-old that they know he's got kids and they know that he's not going to transfer over to my team. I'm going to offer him £200 a week. Now there's a player that they outright know is as good, probably got more potential than him because he's younger and he will get better. They will offer that player £50 and say, listen, you're playing in front of a crowd every week. You should be happy. You ain't played this level before.
Yeah.
That player's thinking, oh my God, yeah, that's so true. Now, okay, on one side, I'm going to hear the dinosaurs now. Oh, well, he needs to learn his trade and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now, non-league is very open now. Do you think players don't talk in changing rooms? Do you think we don't have conversations? Of course, he's going to find out that the guy that's not in front of him or that's on the bench is on double his money. And then he's going to, you know, just like if you was at work and you found out that fucking Karen that don't do fuck alls on double the money you're on, you're not going to like it, are you? Do you know what I mean? And it's human nature. But where you're non-league footballers or you're in this environment, you're frowned upon for it. And that's one thing that I didn't like in the sense of, especially young players, I felt like they're violated in that sense. Like I would always put my arm around young players in the change room kind of thing. And I'd, you know, speak up, tell them to fuck off back. When they'll tell him he's a dickhead, like have that confidence, become a man kind of thing. And then that will always help them when it comes to future negotiations, and because they become a man in that changing room kind of thing. To this day, like you won't mind me name dropping him, a player called Joe Felix, plays for Worthing now. But he's been at like Dulwich Hamlet. He's been pro. Like he's a fucking good player. Very small player. He's Mazza's little brother. Mazza, my co-host, yeah. Mm-hmm. And he was at Hartley Whitney with me on loan from QPR. Bad boy player, man. He was so young, humble. Like Hartley Whitney was quite respectfully a white change room. So again, that would have been a first environment for him. He wouldn't have been used to being around that kind of banter. Like, so he obviously sat next to me or whatever, and I was just like, bro, just be with it, man. Just trust me. It's fine. Like, just be yourself. And anyway, he got into it. Best player on the pitch by a country mile. Smallest player you ever see. Tiny. Bad boy. Like, to this, I think he's going to be pro. Watch out for him, Joe Felix. But yeah, very quiet. Didn't say a word or whatever. But this is, again, like, and you'll understand my point in this story. So he come into Footie's story. Or I don't know if he come in because he's quite quiet. Or he might have told his brother or whatever. Or he might have messaged me. And he was like Mike, I've never said it kind of thing, but like my time at Hartley Whitney, I really feel like thanks kind of thing. And I really feel like it helped shape what I'm doing now. Do you know what I mean? And honestly, like that was one of the best, I can't explain it, but that was one of the best compliments because I'd always spoke highly of him authentically. Like, oh, trust me, you've seen this little player, and then to hear him come back and say, you know what, naturally you helped me, it's like, you know, that's proper nice to hear. But I think there's a lot more stories like that where a lot of people wouldn't really know about it, but then that's what Footie Stories does. Do you know what I mean? Like there's managers and there's players. One player was cussing one manager one time. It's a story. He was like this dickhead. Like he didn't play me, and the gaffer's in there. Like he's listening, isn't it? Then he's requested. I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna go off. So like we're in the background. We're like, it's gonna go off. And then he come on. He was like, yeah, like I just don't understand why he didn't play me. He's like, I'll be honest. I'll tell you why I didn't play her. Yeah. And he just started giving it to him. And I was like, oh shit. But by the end of it, they were like, you know what? Fair play, man. I respect that. And it was like a handshake thing and it was done. But that's how it should go. And that's how it would go with me in the changing room. But a lot of men will, say nothing, go home, bitch in a group chat, say something online. And now it's out of hand. But that's where I feel like that's the way I feel like things should be handled.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think for the most part, people want it to be handled that way. But I think something that's very, very obvious is certainly I'd say the difference in generation is that a lot of younger players, they don't know how to communicate. They don't actually know how to talk unless it's an outburst or unless it's something that's anger related. So I think it's just like, I think there's a distinctive difference in the emotional IQ and the ability to communicate from generation to generation. As we move on, it's getting worse and worse and worse. More so because of technology, because people spend a lot less time around each other. They don't actually have to talk to each other anymore. I think there's also a completely different mindset now where everything has become very holistic and very hands off. And because of that, I think people that still have some old school values, and I say old school values, I'm not talking about the old culture where it's like, fucking, let's go, lads, fucking gaffers in the change room smoking this night, like not that kind of old school. I'm talking about actually old school values where it's like they believe in actually talking to people. And a lot of people these days would see that as confrontational just because you've got an emotion, but you actually want to talk to someone and go, right, here's an issue. What I always took problems with, and this is why maybe I've become the kind of coach that I am, I used to get a lot of managers tell me things that were wrong and never give me a solution. Sometimes I used to understand it and go, okay, cool, it's up to me to problem solve. Let me solve that problem. But I think the generation today, they're very different. They need a different level of communication. You need to kind of, I call it guided discovery. You kind of got to make them feel like they're discovering it themselves, but leave enough breadcrumbs to lead them towards the answer. And it's I would say it's a fine art, but I think the big difference there is that communication. And it's like, you're not a shy person and you're not a pussy, so you're not scared to stand up for yourself. A lot of these kids are very timid. They don't have people skills. Like, and they're actually, yes, it's so different. So anything that they hear coming towards them, they take it either offensively, and that makes them react defensively. And it's like they either say nothing or they say too much. So I think it's necessary to have people from that generation or from past generations to try to help them acclimatize to the real world of senior football, because a lot of these boys also come out of academies or they come out of Sunday league, sort of aren't playing under 18s or under 23s, and they don't realize that the senior game is so very different. The demands on the coaches are different, which changes their personalities. Like, it's so very different. But like what your platform is doing is shedding a light on all of these things. And that's something that Sky Sports are not doing. That's something that BT are not doing or TNT are not doing. That's something that the big major TV networks are not doing.
They need to come in and sign us, man. Let's get a non-league show going
on. No. You know what you guys need to do? Just keep doing what you're doing and try to just keep expanding it, because what you're doing, you've got an entire lane all to yourself. Nobody else can step in on the authenticity of what it is that you guys are doing. And the way that you're shedding light on it, you're doing it from a place of experience, not just somebody that loves it. Like, you're doing it from a place of experience as a player, now as a coach. And I think even some of the guys that have come on as well, you've got professionals that are looking at it and going, I've been through this. Like, it's so relatable. There's so many people that have got stories to tell. And what you're doing is you're giving them a platform to actually do that. But you're doing it from a place of experience. And that is like, it's so unheard of. Brother, what you guys are doing is just, honestly, it's amazing. And like,
thanks, man. I probably appreciate that, bro.
No, but for real, because you know what it is? It's counselling also for some players. Some people grow up,
again, they
like,
said that
years
as well,
and years. Bro, it's like they're going through their career years and years, and they've never been able to get this little thing out because they don't think anybody else relates to it. Bro, they've got people here that have been through this stuff, pros that have been through this stuff. There was one space where I think my boy Leon Knight was talking, and I think Micah Richards was in the space, and this one was in the.
Leon Knight, man.
Don't.
You had Charlie Austin in the space as well, wasn't it?
He was actually a special show for him as well, and he spoke to us he was on holiday in Dubai. He actually made the time.
Yeah, I'm saying,
it was like 2:00 in the morning. He was like, "No, I've got to come on." Sick.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Like, you've got well-established people that are looking at this, going, "I need to talk because I've been through this and I need to share this." And that's unbelievable, man. So what you guys are doing with Footie Stories, just the next level. I know when you guys step it up, it's going to be epic, because there's so many more people. There's more generations that are growing up, coming out of youth football and whatnot, that are coming into it and experiencing things for the first time. And they're looking to your channel and yourself for this kind of guidance and kind of a blueprint how to navigate the world of football, not just non-league football, of football. Because as much...
I'm humbled, bro. I'm very humbled.
Listen, it's beautiful, man, because as much fuckery as people hear about in non-league football, Let me tell you, these things happen maybe worse in pro football. And I'm talking scandal.
That's what we found out. Like from the
Yeah.
I couldn't believe
Yeah.
bro, I couldn't believe some of the stuff that's been told. Like, and basically it's the same shit, but with a lot more money.
Do you know what I mean? Money, more problems.
Bro,
more
there
money,
was even
more
one
problems.
guy that told me a chairman come in with, I think it was like 30, I think it was 500k, like in a bucket, rolled it in the beginning of the game, and he was like, "You lot win this game, and you can split this between you." And they had no right to win that game. You bet your fucking ass they won that game. But that's how dirty football is. Because think of it, that 500, he hasn't gone in there and given that 500k for no reason. So let's talk politically now.
What's going on?
What's going on here? Do you know what I mean? So the corruption and all of that in football. There's calls like from, someone's come in. He was I think he was a League One player. I'm not going to bait him up, but he was like, I played against this team. Their chairman called me that same night and said, like, where are you? I'll come with a blank check now to sign you. This is highly illegal in football. Highly illegal, bro. Like, you know what I mean? This is a League One player, bro. You get me? And he's like, it's corruption. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man. Honestly, this had me in awe some weeks. Like even my missus, like she loves listening to the stories on there as well. And there's females in there all the time, bro.
Yeah. I
was gonna say, Mike, what's next? What's next for Footie Stories, man? Because I always thought like you guys would take it to the next level in terms of like visualization. I want to see it because it's all good hearing.
You know what it was, right? If you look at the time that we started, obviously it was COVID and all of that, and it was like it wasn't easy. We was gonna go straight onto the like the podcasting, like the visuals straight away, right?
Yeah.
But then we also we had to look at a few things. We had to look at what is Footie Stories. So one of the best things about it is that anyone can come on and talk when they're ready. It's very easily accessible. We was looking at the things that what would still keep it Footie Stories. So we thought of it like a couple of other ideas and stuff as well. So we thought we keep it the same or whatever for now. Then obviously we had some trouble with like the hosts and stuff. I had to make sure I kept the stability or whatever there. So I've just been kind of making sure that we kept it stable and moving at that moment. Now, when I know everything's settled, when I know I'm settled with what I'm doing and stuff, we'll be able to take it to the next level. I want to do another event as well. So that will be, the event was good, but I feel like with how much we've grown and the links that we've made from it now, I think I could do another big event and probably add more than just a football match to it. Maybe something talking wise where people can come and talk in person, all of that. There's so much. The best thing about it is that there's so as Mrs. call me off guard. But yeah, there's so much that we can actually do, right? There's no corner, there's no really one place that we can go to. And I think that's a blessing and a curse, because it's like that you don't want to make the wrong move as well. Do you know what I mean?
There's so much potential with it, because like even like live shows, like
it's also
all of that stuff. Like
it's also the thing of going into what you're not used to as well, though, right? Do you know what I mean? Because I even when I did the event, I was thinking, shit, like this is going to be a ticketed event. Well, if no one buys a ticket, like, do you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it started to sell, and it's like, all right, cool. But you always go through that. You don't want to, I don't know, maybe invest in renting out somewhere and then it doesn't sell out or doesn't sell the right amount of tickets. So you got to, because it's still non-profit. I've earned a bit of money from it, like in the sense of, someone will say, can we sponsor this show or whatever? So I've had a few odd one-off sponsors and stuff. But I haven't had nothing like solid on a sponsoring thing, or I've had people flirt with it when you see me do a 20k show or something, but nothing serious. So I think it could be, I had someone try and buy it out as well, actually. Cheeky bastard.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, fucking cheek. He was like, no, he hollered at me. At first it was like, yeah, like we're gonna work with you. So I'm thinking, all right, this is good. He was a good platform. I'll tell you off air. And then he was like, yeah, like, so what we was thinking, like put your platform on ours, but as your name. And then you can kind of use our platform. I said, what the fuck? You come
to me. You come to me and you want to buy.
Yeah, what he was trying to do, right? Because obviously, again, this is where people need to realize this ain't a business for me. First and foremost, this is like, I love the game, innit? And I enjoy talking to people, my friends and that in the game. That first and foremost, that's what it is. So I'm not trying to get a quick buck off it. If I can make a buck in the future, beautiful, brilliant. Just like playing football. If you can make a buck off that, amazing, right? Because you love the game first and foremost. But yeah, he was like, oh, like you can make, we can monetize it. So he proper put it out to me on like this nice little thingy. But when it got to it, it was basically like, yeah, like you'll be under us. Nah, bro. So you can plaster your badge all over. No, you're not doing that. That's one thing I thought I'm gonna keep Footie stories. There's nothing else. Like we didn't get help from anyone. It started off accidental. Me and my missus fucking made the badge ourselves, like at first, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I'm not letting someone take away that hard work just like that. Nah, no way.
Nah, man. That's your brand. That's your baby, man. You can't let someone violate and take all of your. That's your intellectual property as well, man. Because all them.
It's mad when you think of it like that as well.
Yeah, no, but it's the truth. Like this is the thing that people don't get. Like we've started this authentically, like our separate brands and stuff like that. And you think someone can just come in the 89th minute and just take it away from us? Like
I'll
take it with that. It's like you just skilled up 5 players and then someone's just tapped in.
Someone just tapping and just runs off, don't even celebrate.
Exactly. That's the first analogy.
Yeah, I'll be like, I see you, little scumbag.
You know what I see for Footie stories. This is what I see for Footie stories. I see arenas. I see stage shows.
You're gassing me now. You're gassing me.
Nah, brother, I'm being serious. Hear me. I promise you. Listen.
Both me and us are thinking alike. Yeah, we both see it because, like, as I said, live shows. Like, you know how all these podcasts now are doing live shoes and all the rest of it. Footie stories could go the same way. I've seen it. That's just what
I wouldn't even say the same way. It would go better than that because it can be interactive.
Respectfully, guys, it's a funding thing, bro. It's like there's all these ideas, yeah, and I feel like if there was someone serious, because I've had a few time. I can't call them time wasters. Yes, I don't know if you don't remember I don't know if you remember early Footie stories. I done a competition and let somebody win box seat tickets at the Emirates. Yeah, so somebody won. It was Tayshawn. It was basically I'd done a thing where it was like to get interaction at the time, to get the Footie stories name up of it. I was like, quote this with why you should go or whatever. And this was with me learning to work online and stuff as well, right?
Yeah. And
it got bare quotes, and I was like, shit, like I was expecting like 3 or 4 people. Do you know what I mean? Like to just bare people quote it. So I was like, we got to go through it now. Like, but when that person come in, that investor, I was thinking, this is, this could be a good, but then it didn't materialize. You know what I mean? So at that point, it could have looked like it was going up, and then he did that, and then he kind of started going left. So it's so it's when I've wanted to go boom and like feel like I'm hitting it at the right time, there'd always be a setback or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those things, but timing's the most important.
You know what it is? You know what it's telling you is that when other people try and jump on board and try and take it away from you, it's not the right move. It's what you got to do.
And I think that's how that got as well. Because at first he was like more ghost one, and then it started to get like, can you do that? Can you put this? And I was thinking, no, but that's that I don't do that on there. Kind of thing.
So I'm saying they don't understand it. They don't understand you. Like when they're buying into Footie stories, they're buying into you. It's not just buying into the brand. They're buying into you.
I think and I think that's what I do think that's what. You'll understand it, like with Rootz, right? I think that's what people get a bit confused with at times as well. I'll have a conversation with anyone. Like I'll have a great, I can get on with anyone. But if you start you start talking about my family or my that's my baby, bro. Don't fuck about with my thing kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And that's when you'll see that side of me. But I think sometimes that gets confusing when someone, I've had a cool conversation. Mike will do that. Well, no, that's Footie stories, bro. And I protect my thing. That's my family. I protect my family. Like, do you know what I mean? And I feel like that's where people get a bit confused at times. But that's where real conversations just need to happen, man. And I suppose that's why I'm where I am now. But I am happy that I've made the decisions I've made now because I do feel like it'll be, for the right reasons.
Listen, I can tell you,
it will be something big.
Even if Footie stories disappeared off the face of the planet for 5 years and you brought it back, it would come back with a bang.
Yeah,
big time. So
I noticed that when I did the Dynam, I hadn't been on for ages, and then that thing come out about him, and then there was like 2,000 people listening that day, bro, and I was like, wow, I didn't even really have fans like that.
You've got something there, bro. You've got a community there that like
a little non-league one.
They want to see you do well. So again, whenever you're ready to make the next jump to the next level, whatever it may be, whether it be visualizing, whether it be live shows, whether it be taking it on the road, whatever, it's there. It's there for the taking. But I think it's just got to come via you. It's not got to come via Jack or Jill or whoever. It's got to come from Mike.
Yeah, man. That's what that's what it's also, you know, where you say like we built a little community as well, bro. Everyone's got ideas, right? And everyone wants to see it do this and everyone wants to see it do that. So it's like you want to make everyone happy, but then you also, it's just like when I changed the logo. At first, people were like, "Rah, like, you know, it's taking away the old foot." Bro, within 2 weeks, they were like, "This is sick." And that's when, because I remember being ravelled by that at first. I was like, "Oh shit, like, maybe I made the wrong decision." And that's when I was learning it. Like I didn't understand it then. Like, do you know what I mean? I was taking. The thing about Footie Stories is that there's no agenda. We don't write down what we're going to go through. We might know what the subject is, but that's what we go with. And at first, I was like, "No, we've got to get this right. We've got it." And I was taking it. I was getting to, and I realized, Mike, you got to let this happen, bro. Like, it's not, stop getting all serious and that of it, because that's not how this started. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the beauty of Footie Stories, though. I think the biggest
that's
beauty is the authenticity of it, like the raw authenticity of it. And ultimately, like, it's like that old story of like big corporations want to come in and refine things and politically make things correct and all this. That's not what the people want to see. You've got a product that everybody wants to come and see, especially me. My son watches it. He's young.
Big up your son, man.
So like, do you know what I mean? So and the thing is, even for like my son, it's one thing for him to look at me and go, "Oh, like, you know, my dad played and my dad's a coach and this, that." Yeah. Through these clubs, but it's one thing for him to hear it from me. When he hears other people's experiences, like, he wears that completely different. Like, it just goes in. Yeah. And like I said, like, so for me, like, the beauty of Footie Stories is just the raw authenticity of what you're doing. So, brother, just please keep doing this. Listen, you're gonna hit knockbacks, like setbacks. There's gonna be all kinds of people telling you can or you can't or do this, do that. Just do what you're doing, because every time you've done what you want to do, you've hit gold. So just keep doing that, man. Like, listen, you strike me as like a deceptively intelligent and articulate guy. Like, and I think
don't be fooled, man. I'll just cover myself there.
I think sometimes our appearances like can really put people off. Like, if I talk to somebody on the telephone,
bro, all these tattoos, all these tattoos, they confuse people, bro. Exactly. They confuse people. They think, "Who's this road man?" Like, we can have a combo, bro. We can have a combo.
No, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Honestly, brother, it's awe-inspiring. It's inspiring for older people. It's inspiring for younger people that just want to live their passion and do something that they love, even if it's not for money and it's just to talk, even if it's not for money and it's just to do something they're passionate about. It's so inspiring in so many different levels. I'm not even going to go into that, but it's inspiring in so many different levels. So I personally appreciate you for that, because I work with a lot of kids and I see the influence it has on them. So it's beautiful, man.
How old's your son?
Do you know what? He's 11.
And what position is he?
He's a centre mid.
I do one-on-one sessions, you know. If he needs a little, you get me, striking practice, little sprints, little in behinds, and that, you get me, get some MC9 one-on-one training, man.
Listen, me and you both.
Discounted press.
I suppose the last thing I want to ask you is just what's the best piece of advice you'd pass on to a younger version of you? Like, after all the things that you've learned now in the game, coaching and playing, what's the best advice you'd pass on?
Listen to everything, be it good or bad, and you be a man and make a decision in the sense of how you're going to use that information. So what I tried to do when I got more mature was take the negativity. Okay, why was he saying that? Well, I don't agree with it, but why did he say that? What could I do different? You know, also, I know I'm from South London personally, and we're very outspoken on this side of the water, but you're going to meet a lot of managers that haven't been through your life, that don't know what your life is, respectfully, you know, color of the skin and stuff like that as well. And you've got to, in a mature way, understand them so that you can understand how they're treating you in that sense, you know, because you are going to come across some people that aren't educated, you know, that's the best way I can put it, because I can get disrespectful, but that doesn't get anywhere. So I think when you come across uneducated people, still be the educated person, you'll take a lot more from that, because if you drop down to their level, it will only stick with you in this game. Non-league is a very small community as much as it's big, and if your name starts to get stinky, it just gets stinkier, you know. So you got to try and, you know, a good reputation is everything, man. you know, if you're known for telling a manager he's a dick, the next manager is not really gonna want you coming in and calling him a dick, is he? So, you know what I mean? You gotta balance it a bit. Call him a dick behind closed doors or something, but don't do it in front of him. You know what I mean?
It's a small world, isn't it? You know.
World, man.
Listen, I need to hear it from you just one time because listen, my son asked me to ask you to say it. I've had a few people ask me to ask you to say it. It's that famous phrase. Everyone wants to hear you say it. They got budget down there. That's it. Everyone wants to hear it.
You got budget down there? You got budget down there?
Do you know how that happened? Yeah. So when it first, I'll tell you, because bare people ask that. So when we was first happening, it was me, Kiers, a guy called Trey, and Ryan Gondo.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who it was. I think a manager come on, but he was at a club that was known to have a high budget.
Yeah.
So Trey's like, he's one of them. He's reckless. Like, this is when I realized, hold on, this is going to be epic. He's come in. The gaffer's talking all serious. He's coming. He's like, hey, gaffer, they got budget down there. And I swear to God, everyone, like, you know, the spaces where you can do emojis, everyone was crying. I was like, that was the first time I'd seen someone just go in reckless. Like, he was just like, well, they got budget down there. And the gaffer was like, what? Like, one of the funniest things. And then, like, from there, like, the first thing, like, for about 3 or 4 weeks, the first question we asked any manager that come in, you got budget down there? And then like, it got to the point where gaffers were just laughing along with it. Like, it's funny, man. Honestly,
it's hilarious. It's hilarious. No, I appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Big up your son as well, man.
The first couple of times I heard that, I was just, brother, even pulled down. I've got actual tears in my eyes. They are funny. That is even more so now as a manager. You hear that?
It got reckless though. Like, it got into the point where, like, these gaffers would be talking, you know, proper serious conversation, and then Trey would come in at the end. Like, hey, gaffer, no, I just want to ask one more thing, mate. Like, you got budget down there? He'd be like, what?
You can't
I even had someone ask me in a crowd when I was playing one time. He's like, Mike, I know they got budget down there, innit? I was like, shh.
Oh, man.
Right, before you go, now I've got another question now. Yeah. What is your best non-league 11, in your opinion? That you
you're going to throw me under the bus with this.
Yeah, listen.
That's a disgusting question, Rootz. Genuinely.
You need to make me come prepared with that one, bro.
Come on, man. You got to have it off the dome. Come on, man.
All right, so it's got to be players that I've played with. Go back to We're going to go 4-3-3. We got to put 3 attackers in there.
All right.
Fuck, bro. That is.
If it makes it easier, you can leave yourself out.
What? Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you mad? This team won't be able to move without me, bruv. I got to take throw-ons, free kicks, corners, penalties. You get me? No, I'm joking. All right, cool. Yeah, no. All right, then. Goalkeeper. It would have to be either Sam Freeman or Jack Turner. Jack Turner was at Saints with me. Freeman's been everywhere with me. Freeman more for, like, he's just, bro, in the change room, you need a Freeman. Put it like you need a, you know, that madman, like, and you know, goalkeepers are tapped anyway. And he will see me say this, and you're tapped, bro. Like, so when you're watching this, I hope you see. But yeah, left back. See, defenders, man, I've never. You know what? Yeah. You know what? Refer to my Footie Stories team, and you will see my team, the team that bust Mazza's face in my event. Refer to that. Get me? Gondo in the 10. It was me up front, to be fair. We had Daniel Bennett. He would definitely be in my team. Unreal. Do you know him? Dan Bennett? Probably one of the best footballers outside the pro game, in Mike's opinion. He should have been pro. I don't understand. Yeah, in my humble opinion. Unreal. It's stupid. Should never even see step 4 pitches, in my opinion. There's a guy called Abdullah. I can't pronounce his name, but I can't remember his name properly. That's poor from me. But he was he was pro. He played in that game too. He was at Barnet. Disgusting football.
Wait, Abs. Yeah, my boy Abs. Yeah.
He played in that game as well. Have you seen the game?
Yeah. I've seen the game. I've seen it. You know, Abs. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna text him.
Disgusting footballer.
I'm due to cuss him still because that guy should have. Yeah.
No, he was. So you know my experience I said about Staines. He was there on contract, I believe, but He was big time, innit? I'm sure he got kept. Yeah. Abs didn't go nowhere. He must. I think he was wet because when I got there, you know who. There's hierarchy in it. Abs was up there. He was up there. He was like, "Well, go different level." I was like, "Yeah,
different level.
Yeah, different level." You can bet. But yeah, he's a different level, bro. Like, yeah, Abs. Just I used to enjoy it. But it's mad you can say it now because you're not a player in it. But I used to just enjoy watching him play, bro. Like he was just give him the ball in it. Just give him the ball, man. The strike partner that complimented me personally the most. People will probably be shocked to hear this one, but a guy called Reece Jackson. He played with me at SCR. He's never really like thingied his potential, in my opinion. He could have played a lot higher, maybe because of what he had going on at home and that. But when we played together, our chemistry on the pitch was ridiculous. Like he would find me anywhere. And I'll call it Heskey Cole, but he scored more goals than Heskey. But how generous he was to Owen. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, and he got me my move to Carshalton. I would say him personally. I don't think I've ever told him this, but yeah, I would say because of how generous he was and how his game complemented my game. But in regards to ability now, like, bro, man, I can't. This is crazy, man. Because I feel like this is gonna, and people are gonna be like, "Bro, what about me? I can't deal with all these phone calls right now, man." Midfielder Tommy Bradford is up there. He plays for Carshalton. He's on contract there. He's probably on some life contract there. But yeah, he's like a pocket. He's like a pocket Messi, man. Like he just will find you anywhere. Humble player, doesn't talk back, just does. Like Milner, but better than Milner. But like he's a solid 8 out of 10 every game. You know what I mean? But he's yeah. Not obviously not me. He's not me. Let me make it clear. I'm not calling him a James Milner in it. I'm saying James Milner.
No, we hear it. We know what you mean.
Yeah. Let me just make that clear in it. But yeah, man. Defenders wise now. Sorry, I'm doing it shuffled, because my mind's scrambling right now, bro. I play for so many fucking teams, bro.
You know his phone's gonna light up the second everybody watches this.
Yeah, when this goes out, it's gonna be like what? You didn't remember me. You don't know how hard it is when you're on camera. Like it's this pressure. You can't just go on Twitter and just look at the. Do you know what I mean? I'll definitely have Gondo in my team. I didn't play with him. Yeah, I didn't play with him for long, but stupid. I'm trying to go through my teams. Hold on. Who was with me at SCR that I liked? Not many.
Not many, he says.
Yeah, there's not many I liked at many clubs. But I can get on with everyone because that's what you have to do. And you go to work, you work with people you don't like. But it weren't don't like as in like don't get on. But there was some dickheads in this game, man. Proper had fights and stuff. Had a manager square up to me as well. Coming off subject, but yeah, I think. Yeah, I can't do it. I can't.
Who'd manage all of this mayhem then? This All-Star 11.
Anthony Millerick, but another manager. I've said him already, but another manager that I thoroughly enjoyed playing under. See, I've got different reasons for managers. Yeah, I mean, some managers weighed me in. You get me? So he will always be a good guy in my eyes, but then you got the managers that just an outright good manager, them ones that you would want to be like as a manager. And then you got managers that don't really manage, just let everyone else do stuff and he just picks the team and then takes all the plaudits. Like, do you know what I mean? But it would definitely be Millerick or Peter Denny. Carshalton,
okay.
Yeah, I think he's still there now. He became the manager in my second spell. He became the manager in my second spell when I was there. And I think he's been there ever since. Well, he went to Merson, but he went back. But bro, he's a bad boy player as well. He's about 45 now, still going, bro. Still going. Bad boy.
Still got it.
Still got it. Yeah, he could join in training and that and just slap bins and just walk off.
Yeah, first, man. Now, Mike, you know what? I really enjoyed this, man. It's been really good. And
I enjoyed it, bro.
Yeah, thanks for giving up your time. I really hope that you do take Footie Stories to the next level because me and Ats are just going to be looking forward to seeing where you can take that. Remember, that's your baby. That's your entity right there. So don't let anyone take that from you, man.
100%, man. I appreciate you, bro. And listen, hey, Apple, I appreciate your comments today as well, bro.
It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure. And I mean what I say and I say what I mean, innit?
I proper appreciate that. I'll be in contact with both of you offline anyway.
Love, man. I appreciate you, man.